Music lovers and orchestra lovers around the world, hello and welcome to my channel, Orchestra Lesson. In this video, we're going to focus on one orchestral work. I will play and show you how to practice difficult passages, which I hope will make them easier, leading to a better and more enjoyable orchestral experience. Let's get started. Today's piece is... Brahms wrote this piece as a tribute to the University of Breslau, now University of Wrocław, when he was awarded an honorary doctorate in philosophy. He included many student songs, which gives more down-to-earth feeling to the piece. Let us begin. In this opening, or rather the entire piece, we have to make sure we know which notes are written staccato and which are not. The opening passage is in the marcato character, so we should play marcato, but we should play non-staccato notes a little longer than those with staccatos. The important thing to remember here in bars 45 and 47 is not to put an accent on the third beat. We should always put a cadence at the end of a phrase unless otherwise noted, just as we do not say the last word of a sentence louder when we speak. This is a tricky ensemble with the lower strings. When the violins are playing on the beat, the lower strings are playing off the beat, and vice versa. Even though it is written piano, we should not be too careful, so much so that the notes do not speak. It helps to start moving the bow a little before the actual note, so to make sure our instruments sound at the exact time. Let us make sure the rhythm is very precise in measure 84. Be careful in measure 88 that the 16th notes on the fourth beat does not get jammed or sound like a triplet. 4 bars beginning in measure 92 should be treated the same as measure 45. Make sure your up bow is not too strong and always make a cadence. This is a typical Brahms style of writing with long slurs. When we change our bow with a slur, make sure we change it smoothly so we do not hear a break or an accent. In order to bring out the sforzando on the second beat in measure 176, we should not play the first beat so strong. The slurred triplet should be treated slightly longer to prevent from rushing. This is a style used in classical period to move the music forward and prevent it from sounding heavy and dull. From measure 231, make sure you prepare your left hand fingers for the next note during the rests. Being prepared is the key to accurate intonation and passages like this. Make sure your bow pressure stays consistent when playing 7-note figure in measure 241. It is not a fast passage, so keep calm and you'll be fine. The dotted half note starting in measure 249 should be played as long as possible. Think about retaking the bow in an 8th note value. This is a difficult passage even the best orchestral players have trouble with. I would like you to keep 2 things in mind. One is to prepare your hand before you play. You should always try to find time, even a glimpse, to prepare your left hand for the next note. Second is know which position or where on the fingerboard your left hand is going next. This is to avoid abrupt shifting, which can lead to missed shifts or poor intonation. This is a high-level technique which is effective in passages like this, but first and foremost, your left hand must be very relaxed. Here, you do not have to play all the 16th notes full power. In this passage, other instruments are playing a melody while we are playing long notes, such as half notes, so we can back off a little. Violins have the melody on the scales beginning in measure 290, so we should bring that out. In this majestic coda, we should use lots of bow and always think about making a beautiful tone. If your tone sounds aggressive or harsh, it is either you are not using enough bow or you're using too much pressure. Make your instruments resonate rather than playing just loud. In measure 382, hold on to the F when you shift to play the high C. That way, you'll never miss the F. Playing Brahms' work is always challenging because many times he did not write conventionally for the violin. Slow and diligent practicing should help you play this piece better. Please leave comments below, and if you have any requests to what piece you would like me to do in the future, I will try to meet as many requests as I can. That's all for today. Happy music making, and see you again!